All right, let's talk about big picture, right?
Yeah.
Patriots coming home.
Yeah.
First time in a month.
Yeah.
4-game winning streak, about to make it 5.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, you say about to make it 5, Steve, and I think they should beat the Browns.
What's the but?
I want to tell you, this is going to be a tough game now.
What's the but?
Well, you heard Dan mention this is the #1 defense in the league
Yep.
in terms of fewest yards allowed. And I think, so I look at it this way, Steve. Every week in the league is a new challenge.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you got to go on the road and win in primetime at Buffalo.
Yep.
Then you got to go to a dome in New Orleans where, you know, it's loud and maybe the energy isn't as high. Then you got to go to Tennessee where a team with an interim coach. Every week, you know, you check the box and they're checking them. This week, I think it's how do you play a lower scoring game with margin for error maybe a little tighter and come away with the win. That's my thought. How this could
There's one guy you got to watch at all times, Myles Garrett. The guy has arms like tree trunks. I mean, they're that big, and he's that strong, and you got to know where he is at all times. Drake needs to have his head on a swivel.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're moving him around a little bit, Steve. And when you look at the Patriots' offensive line, Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, Garrett Bradbury, Mike Owenu, Morgan Moses, I think this is a huge test for them. This is a physical defense.
Block that guy. Somebody better block that guy. Drake May has been making some money throws, but his receivers have also been making money catches, right? Today, the Pats quarterback talked about how he built that level of trust with them.
I think it just starts going back to OTAs, going back to 7-on-7s and OTAs with no pads on, goes back to training camp, them after practice, wanting extra routes. You just build so much just kind of trust from me and trust with me and keep on making plays and wanting to run routes after practice and go up and making plays at practice and one-on-one. You just build build that trust, and then from there it's just get to the game. It's no different. I'm gonna give them a ball they can try to go up and get, and they've done it time and time again.
Boy, have they ever. And you talk about last game, great catches. I mean, great clutch catches. Austin Hooper's catch in the end zone. Took it over the defender.
Yeah.
Keyshawn
Booty with the fingertips.
With the fingertips. And then Pop Douglas with the one-handed grab.
Incredible.
And Drake at one point had, 16 completions in a row.
Yeah.
Right?
And 16 straight completions, second in franchise history in terms of behind Tom Brady, who had 19 in a row at one point, and Mac Jones had 19 in a row at one point.
Mac Jones had 19?
19 at one point. And,
Look at Mackie J.
So and I think, Drake deserves all the credit, Steve, that he's getting.
Right.
Because he's been magnificent.
Yeah, yes.
When you go 21-23, though, I think sometimes, your receivers, that play by Pop Douglas
was phenomenal.
That's more about Pop, right?
Yes.
And if that's
great point by you. That's more about Pop.
And so I think, Drake also hasn't turned the ball over the last 4 games. What's their record, Steve, the last 4 games?
4-0, but
not a coincidence.
4-0. 4-0.
And that's going to be, and Cleveland doesn't turn it over that much defensively.
Cleveland can't score, Mike.
And that's the thing. 20 is my number, Steve.
Well, Cleveland scored against Miami, though, but then everybody's scoring against Miami.
Yeah.
But they can get 20 points.
Steve, do you know they scored 31 against Miami? Prior to that, they hadn't topped 17 points for more than 10 games in a row.
It's unbelievable.
So to me, 20 is the number. If the Patriots can hit 20, they should be okay in this game. And I think they can because they get the firepower now.
No question. And the offense is really starting to roll and believe in themselves.
You like Diggs?
I do like Diggs.
What do you
I do like Diggs. Diggs has kept his composure.
Yes.
Diggs wasn't what I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was going to be a troublemaker, carry baggage, a lot of this, a lot of that. He's been a leader.
Totally.
He's been fun to watch, and he's clutch.
Totally.
Clutch.